First of all, I'd like to say that you're applying to like the best school in the whole entire world. So excited for you. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan, and if you're new here, hi, welcome. Today I am back with a highly requested college video about how I got into San Diego State University, the application process, and like my test scores and everything else along those lines. I applied in 2017, which is crazy that that much time has gone by, and it is a really interesting process at San Diego State University in my opinion. So you can't apply until October 1st, which is really late compared to the majority of the schools that I applied for, and I know like the big date is like August 1st, and so having to wait 2 months later was just really different and interesting. And I know as an out-of-state resident, there was just some aspects of the application process that were a little bit different than what I was used to. And yeah, like college in general, applying is just a really stressful time for some people, and I just want to like give insight and as much help as I can. I'm also just looking at my laptop to make sure that like what I'm saying is correct, and it's just also based off of my experience when I was applying. So there's definitely no like one way to get into college. This was just my experience and what I did to eventually end up getting in. As soon as October 1st came around, I sat down and I busted out that application one day. I was like, I'm applying, I really want to go here, and that's what happened on October 1st for me. So let's get down into the actual application. On San Diego State University's website, if you just go to admissions.sdsu.edu, they have something called how freshman applicants are ranked. And there's 3 different categories within how the applicants are ranked. There is something called the completion of A to G courses, eligibility index, and the major to which you apply. So I remember when I looked at these things, I was like, okay, I understand what it means to like what major you apply to, but I had no idea what eligibility index meant or completion of A to G courses. I don't know if A to G courses is like a standard thing in California that everyone's aware of, but like coming from New Jersey, I had no idea what that was. But if you go on the website and go to eligibility courses, there's just a whole list. I don't know if you can see that, of courses that you just had to pass with a letter grade of C or above to like be, I guess, qualified to go to San Diego State. So there's like social science, English, mathematics, lab science, foreign language, visual and performing arts, and electives. And there's a certain amount of years required for each of them, and also just some specifications that go along with that. So that's definitely something that I would check out and just make sure that you took all those classes or have all those classes. So something that you have to do is calculate your CSU GPA. Once again, maybe that's a thing if you're in California, but out of state, obviously in New Jersey, we don't follow like a California State University GPA scale. And so you have to go in and they have it literally all set up here for you, and you just have to calculate your CPU GPA. There's a whole system to it. I don't know it off the top of my head, obviously. So just go in and calculate your CSU grade point average. And then once you have your CSU grade point average, what you're going to do, depending on if you took the SAT or ACT, is on this website, you just put in your information into the calculator and it gives you your eligibility index. Yeah, and there's just like other information on the eligibility index page. Then you choose what major to apply to. So there are certain majors at SDSU that are extremely competitive, and when I think of one off the top of my head, it's the nursing school. The nursing school is a direct entry program. Direct entry basically means like if you started something else, I don't think you can transfer into it as time goes on. Correct me if I'm wrong, I may be wrong. So for me, when I was applying to San Diego State, I applied as an undecided major. I was like, don't really know what I want to do yet. But as soon as I did get in, I emailed them and I was like, hi, can I change to marketing? And as soon as I emailed them, they changed it. So there is flexibility with some majors to switch it around. I know definitely they're more lenient with some than others. Like maybe if you're going into a STEM program, they wouldn't be as chill like right off the bat before school even begins. But for me, I know as soon as I got in December, which by the way was really early, I thought I wasn't going to hear back until March. So I was like, yay, fun. I just emailed them and changed my major, but I did apply as undecided. So at SDSU, you apply not through Common App or not directly through SDSU. You actually apply through the Cal State system that they have. So it's called Cal State Apply. You go to this, if you can see, beautiful website. The cost to apply through the California State University Apply system thing is $70, by the way, just putting that out there. Sometimes people ask about that. I remember it being a simple application that literally took me under an hour to complete. I don't remember the specifics. I'm so sorry. I forget if there was even an essay. I don't know if there was an essay. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm so wrong. But I just remember it being a very easy application that I wasn't stressed out about. I was like, oh, this is it. I was like really shocked. So you apply to SDSU through that. It costs $70. And also when you apply, you have to choose a major, but you can choose undecided as a major. So then once you apply, decisions are handed out in March. But as I said, like I got in December and a ton of my friends did get in December. So I don't know how accurate the statement that is. In fall of 2019 for SDSU, the average high school GPA for the admitted students was a 3.97 with an average SAT score of a 1283, and that translates to an ACT score of a 27.5. When I got in for fall of 2018, I know I had a 4.0 weighted average and then a 3.98 unweighted average GPA. And for ACT, I had a 30 overall. I had a 35 in the reading section. Go reading, really proud of that. Like a 28 in science, a 29 in math, and a 30 in English. Each year, obviously, the pool of applicants does get a little bit more competitive, but in fall of 2019, those were the statistics. And I'm not sure if they released fall 2020 admitted freshmen's like averages yet, but those probably can be found online. Maybe now, but maybe in the near future they will post them. So those are my scores that I got. Those are like the averages at SDSU. People are always asking like, what is the average of this? What is the average of that? And you can usually find all that information on the admissions department's like websites and social medias, and also call the admissions office to get specific numbers. I'm just looking off of the admissions page right now to get the specifics of what the averages were. Obviously, it is really beneficial to just be aware of what the averages are, to like in your head come up with like, do I have a good chance or do I not have a good chance? So I know for me, when I was applying to SDSU, I actually thought of it as like a very easy school to get into as an out-of-state student. But like looking at these averages, like those are really good. To have a 3.97 average of the class and like a 27.5 is like reasonable. That's a decent score. Something I did find really interesting, this is just talking about personal experience and I don't know if it's statistically right, but as an out-of-state student, I feel as though it is a lot easier to get into San Diego State. When I was talking to my friends that live in California, they'd be like, oh, SDSU is such a rigorous school to get into. It's really rare for like a ton of kids to get into it. Only like 4 kids from my like massive high school got into it, and kids with like a 4.0 and like a 33 on their ACT got rejected. And then you talk to like out-of-state kids and they're like, oh yeah, like I got a 22 on my ACT, my GPA was like a 3.5. So that was really like interesting to like learn and come across, because as an out-of-state person, I viewed it as an easy school to get into, but then some of my friends that lived in state, they're like, no, like it is a very academically competitive school. But some kids that get into like better schools actually got rejected from SDSU. So that was like interesting, and I've come to like be actually kind of amazed by that and be like, oh wow, SDSU is a really good school. And sometimes it just gets like downplayed, but it is academically competitive. So yeah. Now I'm going to talk about applying to the Honors College at San Diego State University. I've been in it since the beginning of my freshman year. I applied as a senior and I got in. There are some specific requirements that you have to meet to even be able to apply. Currently on their website, it says that you need a 3.7, a 28 or above on the ACT, or a 1270 on the SAT. So those are the requirements that you have to meet to even apply to the Honors College. I think the Honors College has been a very beneficial experience in my personal opinion. I know some people that joined it and dropped the end of freshman year. They were like, this is so pointless. I know a part of the big reason why I did it was I just thought it looked better for later on in life, saying like, oh, I was in the Honors College, and also the dorms that you get are really nice. They're like, in my opinion, the nicest ones. So I was like, hey, if I can get those dorms, like I'm happy. So for the Honors College, there's the priority deadline, which is January 15th, and then just like the general deadline, which is March 30th. I just recommend applying for the priority one. Like get it done as soon as you can. I don't remember the application like directly off the top of my head. It was so long ago. I probably should have filmed this video a while ago, but once again, it was a really easy application. I remember, I think you had to write an essay or two, maybe. You can find more information about the Honors College on their website. Some of my favorite classes that I've taken so far at SDSU have been honors classes. Something to keep in mind when applying to the Honors College, and if you decide to be admitted into it, if you do get in, is that the honors minor, which is interdisciplinary studies, is made up of 16 units. So it does add extra classes that you are going to have to take, and you just have to fit that into your schedule and make that work, which sometimes is a little bit difficult. I know the honors classes fill up really fast because they're small classes, and for me, I haven't been able to take an honors class since my first semester freshman year, and I'm going to be be a junior this upcoming fall. That just gives you some perspective, and sometimes it is really stressful because it's like, am I not going to be able to graduate on time because I can't take these honors classes that are mandatory but I can't get in them? So that's just something to think about. So that was a little bit of insight of just like my whole applying to SDSU story and some of the general guidelines and just how to do it. Maybe my information is a little out of date because I applied and got in a few years ago, but I was also reading off of their website online where you can find so much information. If you do have any additional questions about the application process or literally just life at SDSU, please don't be scared to reach out to me in the comments of these videos or in my Instagram DMs. I'm always answering them. It makes me so happy helping people out. San Diego State has given so much to me and I love it. It is my home. I'm so happy there. I'm so happy that 3 years ago I decided to apply and got in, and then applied to the honors college and got into that. So yeah, it's been a crazy ride and I'm really excited for all you guys that are applying this upcoming fall, and I really hope you get in. Best of luck. You got it. It will be such a good time. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and go Aztecs.